wow, I really need to get my fringe cut. So I've decided to do Alex Day's YouTube survey this year, and yeah, here are my answers. Why are you called that? By that I'm presuming either my name or my username on YouTube. Doesn't really matter which one you mean because they're both the same thing. I am called Becky Stark, my real name Rebecca Louise Stark. Don't know why my parents called me. I've always been told I was either going to be Ashley or Samantha, but somehow they decided to meet in the middle and call me Rebecca. I'm guessing my middle name Louise comes just because it's traditional for a girl to have a middle name and it's the most common one that I know of. A lot of people have the middle name Louise apparently. And Stark being my dad's surname because my parents are married, so I took the dad's name, and it's a pretty cool surname if I do say so myself. My YouTube name is Becky Starker, just because Becky Stark was taken, so I decided to hit the button a few more times. Tell us about your favourite school teacher. Well, in primary school I don't really remember much of my teachers because I have a very bad memory, but in high school my favourite teacher was my history teacher, Mr. Wild, who kind of inspired me to do history at university, which is what I'm doing. And yeah, he was just a really cool teacher. Like, he'd play music and he was just really down to earth and fun, and he made it seem really interesting, and he didn't have favourites, which was always nice. He just treated everyone the same, and it was just a nice atmosphere to learn in, which was cool. In college, which is like sixth form kind of thing that I did, it would be my classical civilization teacher, which was called Jonathan. He was really, really cool. It was kind of a love-hate relationship though. He hated me and I loved him. He was very strict, he didn't let you mess around, but he got the job done, and our class kind of had like a shrine to him by the end of the year. It was quite bizarre. Yeah, it was weird, the relationship our class had with him. It was like banter, but strict. At university so far, my favourite one would have to be a lecturer called Shane, because he loves Doctor Who like me, and he lends me the DVDs of the ones that I haven't seen, and he's just fun. He's kind of like Mr. Wild. He's fun, he has a good atmosphere in the classroom, and he's just really nice to get along with. The strangest food you've ever eaten? I'm not quite sure if this is factually correct, but I do recall once it was my cousin's birthday party and we went round to her house to have a party, and there was like bouncy castles and stuff like that, you know, always get at kids' parties. But I do recall they're serving pigeon, so I think I've ate pigeon. I'm not too sure though. Other than that, I haven't really adventured in weird foods. Can you even eat pigeons? Tell us about your first gig. My first gig, like, not being ones that my parents took me to, because when I was little they'd have probably taken me to see gigs like Steps and stuff like that. But the first gig where I physically paid for the ticket and I went with a friend with no parental supervision was Blink-182 in 2004, I think. So that would have made me 11. Or 11, yeah, I would have been 11. And I went with my friend, and we were at the very back of the arena in Newcastle, which is where I'm from. And don't even remember anything about it because I was so far away, but I do remember that the support was Sugar Cult. Had no idea who they were at the time, and then decided that I liked them after I'd been to see them. But yeah, it was pretty awesome. I felt rock and roll. What's your favourite place in the world? Sounds quite sad, but I don't think I have a favourite place in the world. I don't really get attached to places as much as people. I mean, if I had to say something, it would probably be Newcastle because that's where I'm from, but I could live with not being in Newcastle. The thing that gets me down is the people who are in Newcastle aren't with me whilst I'm in Leeds where I'm at uni. So I don't really think I have a favourite place more than favourite people, but yeah. Sounds a bit sad and depressing, so I'm just going to go for Newcastle. Who do you want to answer the survey next? Well, chances are no YouTubers are ever going to watch this, so... I mean, well, no, I only know big YouTube names like Nerimon, so I don't really know anyone else who's on YouTube, any of my friends in real life, so I'm not going to tag anyone because I don't know anyone who would do it. Which is a bit depressing, so... We've ended this on a bit of a downer, which sucks. That's a weird face. Not very attractive.